So you want to be a truck driver. Hi, my name is Enes. This is Never Stop Trucking. Today we are talking about you wanting to be a driver. Now, whether you want to be a company driver or owner operator, it really doesn't matter for this video because I'm talking generally about being a driver. We can talk about that in another video, about specifics, company driver versus being an owner operator. But if you are thinking about becoming a driver, this video is for you. So there are bad things and good things in this profession. I used to drive. I drove almost for 10 years. I drove as an owner operator and a company driver. And these are my takes from it. You have to be prepared, and this is especially if you're over the road driver. And most drivers, are if they want to make serious money, they're looking into that. You can make good money being a local driver, but I'm assuming you want to be an over-the-road driver. You're away from your home a lot. You are away from your family if you have one. You're away from your friends a lot. Sure, there are, you can talk to them on the phone and see them on your phone too, but it's not the same. So you have to prepare to make those sacrifices, whether you can make it or your significant other or your kids. That's really up to you guys if you can make it. As a driver, you can come back home every weekend, sometimes during the week, but sometimes big companies have you drive out for weeks and, maybe every couple of weeks for like 3-4 days. So just have to count on that. So that's a bad thing about being a driver. Okay. Let me give you a good thing. We don't want to do all bad things. Let me give you a good thing. You can make a good money. Okay. Especially like some people who don't have a higher education. They don't have experience in other things. Maybe some people don't work well in an office or in an environment with a lot of people where they have their boss right there with them. So in the truck you have a lot of independence. You're there by yourself. You can make decent money like that. Also, you see the country. You go everywhere. You see a lot of cities, meet new people, go around and see the mountains, the trees, the lakes, the ocean, a lot of things. You can be sightseeing while you're driving. So that's a good thing. On the other hand, you kind of live in your truck. It's one small room, and you do everything in that small room. You drive there, of course, and then in the back you have a bed, and that's where you sleep. That's where you eat. That's where you rest. Some people do other things, maybe like exercise, pray, everything. That's what you do right there in that small, and you have to be prepared to do everything there. Keep it clean, keep it organized, and make it functioning for you. You have maybe you have a refrigerator, a microwave, a TV, and it's all in that one space, and you have to be prepared to live like that. But then, like when you go to a truck stop, then you can go, to a restaurant there, and then, it's truck stop food is not really the greatest. I like those buffets. When I was driving, it's like you can pick and choose whatever you want to eat. There are a lot of things, a lot of vegetables too, a lot of healthy food. But also a lot of bad food for you. And then the showers, you have to take showers in at the truck stop. Usually they clean them well, but still, they're being used by hundreds and thousands of other people. And then you have to take a shower after they did it, and you have to be prepared for that. But like I said, mostly they're clean, and they keep them clean, so it's not that bad. Another thing is that you're constantly at risk. Your life and the life of others is always at risk when you're driving, and you have to be very careful, very responsible, very safe. Okay, because one wrong move, one split second of not paying attention, doing something, or them doing something, it doesn't have to be your fault. You're always at risk. for your health and your life and then others' property and the truck itself, the load. It's a lot of factors involved in that. So you always have to be careful. So because safety, is the most important thing. Taxes are something that people don't like to talk about, but it's a big factor and depends whether you paid on W-2 or 1099. Some drivers, like to do W-2 because the taxes are paid. They withdraw the taxes from you, and then you don't have to worry about that. But at the end, your check is smaller. Okay. But if you're doing 1099, they pay you the gross amount of the money. You make way more money. You can deduct some expenses from your check, but then at the end of the year you have to pay self-employment tax as well, and that's a lot of taxes. Okay, sometimes you can expect to pay like between $5,000 and $10,000 a year, and then if you are not prepaying at the end of the year, and then when they hit you like that, then and maybe you can't pay that money. And then with the IRS, you can arrange payments and you can pay them every month. They let you do that, but then they have interest. And then if you haven't paid it out in a year, then next year you have another $10,000 and it adds up, and people are just, you have to be careful about that. If you're going 1099 route, you should probably make them monthly or quarterly payments, just so at the end of the year they don't give you a big bill. Okay, because most people are like, oh yeah, I got all this money, my pay is much bigger, and then they just postpone those taxes. But the taxes are coming. They're slow, but they will eventually come to you, and it will be a big problem. Okay, so you have to think about taxes as well. Another thing is you have to deal with dispatchers. You have to deal with me or people like me. Okay, so it depends a lot of who are you working with. If you're looking for a company, especially if it's a big company, you might be just a number for them, because they have dispatchers can have anywhere from like 5 to 15 trucks to cover just one dispatcher, and all they do is just find you new loads, dispatch you, and then deal with problems. And then if that dispatcher has 5 other drivers with a problem and you're the 6th one, you're gonna have to wait. It's not gonna be instant. Okay, maybe the person you're working with, you guys don't get along well, so you have to take that in account, that you're gonna be working with a dispatcher, maybe with a boss, with their boss, with a manager, with you, the owner, and you guys have to click together. Okay, they have to understand what you can do, what you want to do, and what you don't want to do. And you can usually, like a small company with me, you can work with the owner, with the manager, and there's always some flexibility. But in a big company where they have hundreds of trucks, then you don't they just give you whatever they have and you do it. There is no pick and choose. There is no, like, I don't want to go there, I want to do something out of order. No, it's the way they do it, and it's like a machine, and I understand that. But on the other hand, if you're working for a smaller company, there's more risk, that they might shut down, they might not pay you for whatever reason, they may not have available loads for you all the time. They don't have a drop and hook. They don't have dedicated loads. Things like that. So there are a lot of different factors that you have to think about. What's the most important thing to you? Okay, and then go with one or the other. Most drivers prefer small companies because they can work directly with the owner, with the boss. You have a lot of flexibility. But the problem with small companies like me is you have to have 2 years of experience, because my insurance, we smaller companies, we can't choose from a lot of insurances to work with, and only few insurance companies will work with us. and most of them have strict rules. The driver has to have 2 years of experience, for example, or no accidents, things like that. So it's hard to find a driver who will meet all those rules. Okay, so if you're brand new and you want to be a driver, you probably cannot work for a small company because of their insurance. And I would love to take you, if you have like 2 or 3 months of experience and I see you're a good driver, good guy, I really don't have anything, against you. Everyone was, even me, everyone was a beginner at one time. But big companies, big names out there, trucking names, they can probably take you because their insurance requirements are not like that. They have a luxury of working with different insurances who will take new people. But then on the other hand, they're not going to pay as much as I would pay you. They take advantage of that. Okay, maybe they even have a contract. So you kind of have to start with them. Okay, and it's okay. It's okay. When you get in experience, then you can choose a company that you want to work with. Every beginning is hard, and then we all had to go through that. Okay, so I hope this video helped you. I didn't go through all these little things. I only talked about major things. If you are looking to become a truck driver, come back for more. Like the video. I'll see you around. My name is Enis. This is Never Stop Trucking.